Welcome back to the Ricky Matthews Show from the Citizens Bank Studio. Always enjoy catching up with JT Mitchell, that is for sure. More his team and he are doing a great job covering the news of Mississippi. And of course, as I said during the first segment, having the opportunity to chat with Jeff Duncan weekly and get all of his insights. And then, of course, the fact that he helped co-author Steve Gleason's book. What a great story that is. Listen, there's a great effort coming up with Mother's Day this weekend, coming up as it relates to the Center of Violence Prevention in Jackson. I think every organization that's working in the area of domestic abuse the people who work there are saints. That they do such incredibly important work. But there's a very specific effort that's going on this weekend. And with that said, I want to introduce you to Nikki Fortunato, who is the communications manager for the Center for Violence Prevention in Jackson. And first of all, I just want to say, how you doing? Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on here. I appreciate it.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Listen, you guys have to work hard constantly to raise funds, to bring attention to what you're doing. But just before we get into the effort this weekend, tell us kind of specifically what the Center for Violence Prevention does in Jackson.
So the Center for Violence Prevention is a wonderful organization. It's been around since 1990. It's been around for a while. So they have a very good established position in the community to serve victims of domestic violence and human trafficking. We have a short-term shelter for domestic violence survivors, and we also have a long-term shelter for human trafficking. It's a up to 2-year program. We have case management services, individualized services, and we also have wonderful outreach services too for anybody that's not able to make it locally to our shelter program. Hey, and we have advocates that also that are available 24/7 as well.
Hey, Nikki, we'll have you back when we have chance to spend some more time together. But we've talked a lot on this show about human trafficking, and what people tend to think is that's something that happens in a faraway land, not realizing that it can be happening in your neighborhood. One of your neighbors, it often is a family member. It's a very difficult thing to deal with. Mississippi has passed some good laws, and we've really focused on it, but we can never focus on it enough because some, unfortunately, are falling through the cracks, and it really causes a challenge, doesn't it?
It does. It's the sad reality that, some people don't want to accept that it does happen locally, but it does. That's right.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, so tell us about the effort this weekend.
So, it's Mother's Day it's coming around the corner, and 2 men in a truck selected us locally, the Ridgeland location, to be their beneficiary this year. So they actually have locations posted on all of their platforms. If anybody is, moving some household items or furniture, we also have a wish list that we've sent them. Everything is listed on our sites, on their sites as well. We're asking for Walmart and Kroger gift cards primarily because it's just easier to hand those out to clients in the field. A lot of them are fleeing from situations and they don't have anything except the clothes that they're wearing. So in addition to that, we also ask for, comfortable athleisure wear for them to put on, such as like yoga pants and T-shirts. And also just, undergarments, sports bras, combs, brushes, anything that's easy to just pick up and go along with us or with them or wherever we're going after we meet up with them to provide recovery services. And 2 Men in a Truck have been very generous to select us and support us. And if you're in the Ridgeland location, definitely take a look at all of our platforms because all that information's on there with all of the pickup locations that they're promoting.
So your platforms, how can people find you guys?
We www.mscvp.org, and our social media platforms are at MSC for VP. We have Instagram and Facebook, as well as LinkedIn, and we're posting things over the next couple of days on how to get involved with the Movers for Moms for Mother's Day. And it's a really neat thing, because we do get, moms and their children sometimes at the program. And we also have this focus on, sustainable housing. We want to help them get into their new homes because some of them didn't ever really have a home to call their own, where you feel safe. So this is going to be supporting that that vision that we have for them to have their own home. And we also have the Second Chance store, which also helps, provide furniture for their new houses as well. And they get a voucher for that too. So we have a lot of ways to accept items for, for their new life and restoration. So
when you look at the statistics around women who are victims of some type of physical or other abuse, it's pretty shocking, isn't it?
Yes, we had 1,300 victims just last year, domestic violence, human trafficking, and sexual assault. It's a sad number to see, but yeah, we're here for them. We're here for them every step of the way. And I'm happy that Mississippi has a program like this, with qualified care, people that are trained to see these things and deal with the trauma and are victim-centered in the recovery as well.
So I would say whether you want to participate in this particular effort, 2 Men in a Truck, partnering with the center, or if you know someone who actually needs to talk to someone at the Center for Violence Prevention in Jackson, understand that this is an incredibly confidential process, and also these guys are extremely professional and they can help you. So if you know someone that needs help, reach out to them, look them up. You can just do a search on Center for Violence Prevention in Jackson, and you'll get all the information you need. And as I mentioned, Nikki, we'll have you back at some point and talk a little bit more deeply about your organization, sure, and especially about human trafficking. It's a conversation we need to have more often and talk about some of the situations that you face. But until then, it's been a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
This has been Nikki Fortunato, who is with the Center for Violence Prevention in Jackson. It's been a pleasure. Hey, listen, have a great weekend, and we will see you. We'll see you on Monday. We'll see.